Alright guys, so today we are here with Mr. Sahil Aggarwal, CEO at Rishihood University. Thank you so much for your time,
My
sir.
pleasure.
I want to know what is this concept, TED concept. I've been hearing about it a lot.
TED is TED, generally known as the TED Talks, but we have used it in the context of technology, entrepreneurship, and design. Why we use it is because these three things, tech, entrepreneurship, and design, they are a very strong convergence. One relates to the other. And if you look at great companies of today or great products of today, let's say Apple, and if you really try to find out what is it that differentiates it from other companies or other products, you will find that a great tech, a great business story, which is entrepreneurship, and a great design is fundamental ingredient of creating such companies. Same for Tesla, same for Airbnb, same for Zomato. So this kind of convergence is what we also want our learners to get exposed to get embodied. Yeah.
What is the inspiration behind the name Rishihood?
So this comes from Swami Vivekananda's lectures. He is like a role model or an inspiration behind setting this up. So he says that when we become a rishi, we become a blessing to the society.
Okay.
So basically, this is a concept that through our work, whatever we are doing, we can help solve the problems of the society and help improve the society, help create a positive change. So that's the inspiration that if we can use our education to create such people, we'll be creating future rishis. And that's the idea of the name Rishihood.
Where do you see Rishihood heading in like next 10 years, 20 years? Do you want to produce the next big design leaders of the world, the next big entrepreneurs? What is your mission?
So we want to create leaders, and fundamentally, leaders can lead in various domains. Not just they're not restricted to one domain. So of course, from each of our subjects or degrees, there will be creative leaders coming out. There will be entrepreneurs coming out. There will be political leaders coming out. Tech leaders and innovators coming out. What we want and what we see is that in the next 10 to 20 years, in a lot of important places where there is a lot of potential to create an impact, let's say in large tech companies or in big successful startups or in public policy and politics and government, in places like that, we want our alumni to play a key role, and that is our expectation in the next 10 to 20 years.
You said political leaders. Can you elaborate on that?
Most of the things that we today face as a challenge, let's say traffic, maybe poor infrastructure, maybe economic crisis, a lot of that happens because of a lack of strong leadership in politics and its connection and collaboration with the rest of the leadership.
Yeah.
So we are a university which does not feel that politics is to be avoided. We feel that we have to engage with the political leadership and actually help create a positive change through politics.
So what is the 5 million venture fund thing? I've heard about it.
So this makers fund of $5 million, which is roughly 50 crores, is to support startups of our alumni, our faculty, and our learners.
Wow.
This is a very unique opportunity that we've created because generally, in a university age, when a student is studying in a college, they hardly get exposure to startups and entrepreneurship. So not only we teach how to build a startup, but we actually enable it from incubation to a full-fledged funding. Several angel investors and seasoned venture capitalists are part of our fund and our board, and who are actively supporting new students in creating successful startups. So our idea is that before reaching their final semester, students should be able to make a very confident choice on whether they want to enter the job market or they want to build a startup of their own. And eventually also, even if someone has entered the job market, they're working somewhere, I think within a few years we want to inspire them to move into running a startup.
When we talk about universities, most of them are very rigid with their curriculum. Most of them are very rigid with the rules of their students, freedom of the students. What made you go against the norm?
We see that the future is highly interdisciplinary. If we are restricted to one domain, we'll not be able to perform. In fact, when we talk to companies and we ask them what do they need, they all say that they want students to have a very broad exposure of things because the specific skills that are needed for a particular job are changing so fast that if you just restrict the student to that, the student will very soon become outdated.
Yeah.
So give them a broad exposure so that they can learn on the go, because they will be able to make sense that this is going on and this is something new I have to learn. So that's why we created a broader base of education. In fact, our education in the first year, it starts from a very broad base. And then as we move into our final year, we start specializing in the Rishihood curriculum.
Sir, ऐसा कहते हैं आज का ज़माना आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मशीन लर्निंग का ज़माना है. How are we integrating those things inside the university?
तो हमारा तो पूरा का पूरा एक डिग्री प्रोग्राम ही है, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डिग्री प्रोग्राम्स इन कंप्यूटर साइंस एंड एआई. at Rishihood University. But other than that, also technology and AI is part of our parallel curriculum.
Okay.
So whatever important new tools are coming up in in the industry, we make sure that we expose the students to those tools in their undergraduate time itself, so that they don't have to get retrained after they get into the company.
Got it. Great. I've also heard you've got state-of-the-art labs with 3D printers, UI.
Yeah.
You teach UI UX design.
Correct.
I think Rishihood University is doing a great job, guys. I can see that there's innovation, there's mission, there's vision in the eyes of the leadership, and I genuinely congratulate you, sir, for
Thank
building
you.
something of so much value. And I
Thanks a lot.
hope that this produces the next big leaders.
We hope so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.